Okay, so this is the 2020 paper, Biology Unit 2, Paper 1. So let's get started on this. Right, so we have like, I'm gonna wait until the time says 8:55 to make sure that I start back right on a 10-minute break. Okay, so let's move on. Which of the following combinations correctly identifies cell X and its importance in photosynthesis? What is X? So that would be palisade cell, and it contains a lot of chloroplasts. So you guys agree? Would be
Yes, sir.
all right. So in the non-cyclic photophosphorylation, photolysis occur. Hold on, why everything skip a while ago? All right, it occurs right. Photolysis occurs, and oxygen is released, and hydrogen is taken up by an acceptor molecule. Which of the following molecules accepts the hydrogen in this process?
NADP.
NADP. Alright, it would be NAD and FAD in which reactions? Or in which
Krebs cycle.
process? Well, it would be the Krebs cycle for FAD specifically. For NAD, it would be almost anywhere throughout respiration, right? Including fermentation reactions, but not ETC, because ETC doesn't create the regeneration of NAD, right? But all the other processes have regeneration of NAD in some way, shape, or form, I believe. Number 3, which of the following correctly identifies compound X and Y?
Sir B, sir.
B. Right, so remember we're gonna have, yeah, PGA, then 3, well, G3P, right? So we have that there. This paper is fine. This repeated, so if it's repeated, I'm not gonna go through it. Right, but remember that we're looking at substrate level phosphorylation, phosphorylation, and that speaks to the phosphorylation of let's just put like I don't know, I don't know, X here, right? We're looking at ADP to ATP, right? And that only happens in the payoff phase. Well, phase. Why did I start the word phase with an S? That's okay, whatever. Right, but this is the energy investment, right? So you're gonna be dephosphorylating ATP, but in the payoff phase, we're gonna be phosphorylating ADP. Therefore, that would be the best answer here, right? An anaerobic reaction, well, in anaerobic respiration, the maximum number of ATP molecules that may be produced from a molecule of glucose is
A, sir.
2. You sure? Sure.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you did 4 and the net is 2.
Ah, okay. It is 4, but the net is 2. So we use 2, right? And we create 4. So therefore the net is 2. So what are we looking for here? The maximum number of ATP molecules that may be produced would be 4. Where they ask for net production, it would be 2. Right, so that would be that. This one repeats. Right. Let's look at this now. It's a wonderful graph. At which other labeled stages above would light be a limiting factor?
A, sir.
A, wonderful. At 2, it's slowly losing its characteristic as a limiting factor, right? And then you would have 3. But if you had multiple choices for these, right, 1, right, would be still the best answer. 1 would be included. If you had 1 and 2, sure, but 1 would be the best answer. Right, so look at the, well, let me see. Haven't seen this in a while. Alright, so we're looking at this setup, right? So the possible reason for setting up apparatus 2 is, so we're seeing here that we have germinating seeds, and here we have dry peas. We have the dry non-absorbent cotton, and here we just have beads. Right there before them, non-absorbent cotton. And then we have absorbent cotton soaked with KOH. Right, so I don't know what be here, I guess. But what would be the reason for setting up our apparatus 2? So here we have germinating seeds and dry peas. Well, germinating peas and dry peas. So it would be
It's used as a control.
the control. Why would you say that? Why would you say it's a control?
To measure the errors in the environment or something like that. Or the fluctuation.
Okay, it would be something around that purpose of it. Alright, so no, generally I don't think it would be A or C, right? And it may not be B. Right? So I think it would be for a control on the experiment for real. Let me just quickly try to check the chat. Alright, I'm not seeing the answers that you guys have for that, but okay. Let's look for this now. Is this just a blank page? Oh, okay. Alright, so 9. In anaerobic respiration, pyruvate does not enter the Krebs cycle, but is instead undergoes fermentation. Which of the following is not a possible product of this process?
Sir, D reduced NAD.
Why would you say that?
Sir, because hydrogen is not produced during the fermentation stage for it to bond with NAD, sir.
So we're saying that we oxidize it, right? In order to form ethanol. So in fermentation, we won't be creating reduced NAD, right? But we'll be using the reduced NAD rather than creating it. Okay. Alright, so let me see. Krebs cycle, not possible product of this process. Wait, hold on. Krebs cycle instead undergoes fermentation. So it's in fermentation. Pyruvate does not enter the Krebs cycle. That's true. So, wait, what? Okay, I think that's the best answer. Alright, so number 10. Which of the following pairs of statements correctly distinguishes between energy flow and nutrient cycling? This repeated, right? So energy flow goes through an ecosystem while energy cycling is within an ecosystem. Alright. Number 11. Which of the following represents limitations of using pyramids of energy to describe relationships between trophic levels in ecosystems? Right, so we're seeing that the best answer here would be what? Right, did we verify this? Let me check the group because somebody said they were saying something in the group. Go ahead. I think somebody was saying something. Because some people are saying C and some people are saying D. So the information was sent in the group to verify.
Yes, sir. I think someone sent it.
Right, because somebody said the study guide says presumes C, and then somebody says a textbook presumes D. So I want to really see what's happening here. Let me check the group. Let me see if I can find the information. Alright, I just turned on my phone, therefore it would be presumed that the phone has to load like a billion messages before I see the messages. So I apologize for that. So the phone is just literally blowing up right now. So it's doing what it's doing. But we need to get back to this, right? So if I see the messages by the time we finish the paper, just remind me to come back up to it. 12. Which of the following entities is not recycled in ecosystems?
Sir, A, energy.
Energy. Energy is flow through the ecosystem, right? Not recycled, right? I mean, if you look at number 10, right, and you come here so and put anything but A, I believe we would have an issue, right? So 13. Which of the following statements concerning a food web is incorrect? What do we say about this?
Sir, A, sir.
A, so it doesn't tell us that. Wonderful. Which of the following contributes to the most electrons to the transport chain? Nobody? Nope. Nope. No. C. Alright, which of the following is not a conservation method used to maintain biodiversity? Genetic engineering. Alright, let's have a look at this now. The tunica externa found in the walls of arteries and veins is made up mainly of, is it collagen fibers or elastic fibers? Smooth muscles or squamous epithelium?
Collagen.
Collagen fibers. Alright. So looking at that. Okay. Tunica externa. It is the tunica media, which would be mostly the smooth muscle, right? Yes, no? Is that true? So if they ask for tunica media, smooth muscle would be the answer? Let me just check the chat in case somebody's saying, okay, nobody's answering. Would that be the answer, guys? Hello? Alright, we're moving on. So let's look at this. Which of the following is true for the structure labeled X? I think X here is looking at the bundle of his, to be very honest. I think the line is going straight to the bundle of his and it's not looking at the septum. That's what I'm thinking here. Right, so in the first diagram, I really think it's a repeated question. I really think it's the bundle of his is talking about, to be very honest. Right, and what was the answer here for labeled X for bundle of his? What was to be the answer for bundle of his? I think we discussed it last paper. If it were to be pointing to the bundle of his, what would it be?
C.
So conducts impulses very rapidly to the base of the ventricles. Alright. So that's fine. And here we see what is this not low? Is this a legend? Wait, hold on. Okay, let me see if it loads up. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to do here. Oh yeah, I can't see this these questions. My bad. This is what? This is what, 17. So 16, wait, 17, 18 and 19, right? I can't see those. So if you guys have 18 and 19, please tell me what they are. That would be wonderful. Right, so we can go back to that after. 20, the cell labeled I is what? Okay, we were going good for a moment, and now there are no more responses. What is labeled I? Whatever is labeled I is connected via plasmodesmata to a companion cell. So therefore it would be a safe development, alright? Here we're looking at this now. 21, which of the following would most likely result, if the structure I is damaged? What happened if the companion cell would be damaged?
Hydrostatic pressure would be lost.
Alright, so it causes hydrostatic pressure. So it should be fine there. If it is destroyed, then it will do the opposite. 22, which of the following types of neurons is represented here? Interneuron, motor neuron, sensory neuron, relay neuron.
Sensory
Sensory
neuron.
neuron.
Sensory, wonderful. The normal pulse is due to repeated, right? So ventricular systole. Which of the following structures must be stimulated to increase heart rate? Which one?
B.
The sinoatrial node. Alright. So look at that. What was the answer for this again? The answer we went for this was... Ooh. I just saw that they switch it. So this should be D. Right? Shouldn't it? Wait, hold on. Yeah, it should be D. They switched it. 26. Which of the following statements best explains the significance of the control center in homeostasis? So the significance of the control center.
C, sir.
So it should be C. This is a repeat, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's just a repeat without the diagram. They had a diagram in the last one, so that makes sense. Right, so which of the following, which region has cells with numerous mitochondria and microvilli lining its lumen? This would be the PC, or the PVC, polyvinyl chloride. The PCV, right? So we're looking at that. Alright, so I just say the proximal convoluted tubule, right? The PCT. I call it the PCV and the PVC because I don't know. It was a running joke in biology class at the time. Alright, B is the answer. So we have that there. So that should be fine. 28, the target cells for the antidiuretic, we saw this already. The types of which of the following are functions of a mammalian synapse? No. Yes. Yes. 2 and 3, right? Do I agree?
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Alright. So it moves in one direction like that. What was the answer for this? 3 would be, hold on. Now it looks weird. Now it looks weird. But 3 would remain
Sir,
acetylcholine.
D, sir.
So the, oh yeah, for they change up what the arrows are. Alright, so which of the following best describes antigens? Right, so we spoke about this as well. A substance produced, let me see, substance produced by pathogens that trigger immune response. We spoke about that. The highly malignant tumor linked to the ultraviolet radiation is a
C.
C, it's a melanoma. Wonderful. Right, 33. Which of the following is not an appropriate definition for the immune response?
C.
Yeah. Okay. That would be an allergic response, right? It would be, I mean, it's a type of immune response, but it's inadequate for the entirety. It doesn't describe immune response on a whole. Alright. So, 34. Which type of response would most likely be involved in the production of immunoglobulin? So, it would be the humoral response. T cells mature in the thymus. The presence of, go ahead. Somebody was saying something?
No, sir.
Oh, because as I hear a sound, it's either somebody type something or somebody unmute their mic. 36. The presence of a hormone is used as the basis for pregnancy tests. Right, which of the following hormones is present in the urine of a pregnant woman?
D.
Alright. So we have that there. 37. Which of the following procedures does not involve the use of monoclonal antibodies? We said the diabetes test for this, right? And which of the following structures is true for mast cells?
D.
They
Is there
contain,
somebody saying D?
okay, they do contain heparin and histamine in histamines, right? The granules, right? So remember, it's degranulation, right? And the endocytosis, well, the exocytosis of these granules, right, would release histamine and heparin, right? So we have that there. This is also a repeated question, I do believe, and we're looking at where cytokines would be involved, and we're saying that 1 is where that would be involved, right? Looking at this now. 40, the particles P and Q are, what is P? Is it reverse transcriptase?
My answer is A.
Okay. So first of all, right, HIV is a retrovirus, right?
Yes, sir.
And retrovirus contains RNA. That means everything with DNA is foolishness, to some extent. That's what I have to say, to some extent, though, because let's keep in the realm of Cape, to some extent, right, generally. And now we're looking at it, whether it be with reverse transcriptase or polymerase, right? Why do you think it's reverse transcriptase, though? What would that be used for? Seeing if you guys are thinking. What would that be used for? Anyone, what would that reverse transcriptase be used for? Alright, I guess we'll answer sometime in the near future. It's a repeated question. Would be used to control the cellular machinery within cytotoxic, well, within T lymphocytes generally, right?
So is it not B for 41?
41, hold on. What is that on my screen? Why is it continue loading? Give me a second. I need this thing to go away and it's not going away. Give me a second. Alright, it's gone. You said 41 was B?
Yes, sir. I think you just circled D a while ago.
Oh,
That's why.
I circled the wrong one, so sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. That's the wrong answer for real. Common divide was supposed to get 0.13, right? So we should get 0.13 for that. Give me one moment, please. Alright, so that's that. Okay. Up here now, it's talking about BMI once again. Alright, give it a second for it to load properly. Alright, so the formula for body mass index BMI is whatever that is. What is the BMI for an individual who's... Is this even a question? You give them the formula, then you ask them it, right? I guess it would be conversion. So you're gonna have to convert that 170 to meters, then square it, and then we're gonna put that 130 upon that value. What would be our answer?
45.
0.5 or 45, you said?
45, yes.
All right. Now let's look at this. Now these are repeats as well. I can smell it. I can just realize it. So the injection of an attenuated antigen to the body. This would be artificial active, right? And then the smallpox thing. This would be natural active. Why does The D looks so weird. Alright, so that would be that. The last question, last but not least, question 45. What is this? No. Compared to non-smokers, right? Smokers are at a greater risk of suffering from a stroke, most likely because of an increase in the B.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so that would be that. We're supposed to come back to a few things, right? So I want to look at, what was it? I don't remember the name of the question, but we know what we're talking about, whether or not those plants will be the grass plant as well as the tree would be within the same category. I'm going to look in the biology group now to see what you guys have there. Okay, so I think study guide information. The work involved can be time consuming. No, I don't care about that. Okay, as with pyramids of number and biomass, they suggest that consumers feed only on the trophic level below them. Many predators often feed on several. That's true, but these are limitations of it. Those are limitations. Not sure about that. Pyramids of energy, let me just redo it real quick. Total energy, that makes sense. Is tapered. In the ecosystem, the rapid turnover among producers, turnover rate of producers is the controlling factor influencing the energy available in the trophic level. The total energy available at the producer level is okay. You see the question, what they have here. Let me just do it in the group just to see. I'm just gonna put like a red flag underneath it, alright? That doesn't mean it's bad, but like yeah, I probably should change the red flag meaning because that is an error within the communication process. So let me just, I don't know, like do that, I guess. So if you can see what I'm referring to in the WhatsApp group, right, it does just refer to the producers as a level, therefore that information is verifying, right, that they would be literally within the same level. So plant the grass and the tree. But if I read the other piece of information, I'm not sure whether or not they'll be. Well, that's what it's doing. Yeah. Hold on. How much? Not all organisms can be burnt. Yeah, that's the only information I see there that supports D being the answer. Wait, hold on, let me read through everything. At the end of the day, for example, phytoplankton, the ocean being eaten by. Okay, we understand that. Pyramids of energy illustrate the amount of energy available at each trophic level. So pyramids of energy shows us the energy available at each trophic level. Therefore, for pyramids of energy, they show one solid pyramid, right? One regular pyramid. It's not inverted. True? So if it's not inverted, and we just show the amount of energy available at the trophic levels, won't the grass plant and the tree be a producer, so the same amount of energy will be available at their trophic level? Like, that's what I'm getting, but I need to see the information that suggests that one is out, because the only information I'm seeing is suggesting that, you know, D is the answer. So that would be a biased opinion if I circle D as an answer. So I'm yet to see the information that clearly outlines why one would not be included in number 11. Still waiting on that. Right, but based on that information that I have, right, D would be the best answer, right? But I'm gonna keep the asterisk here because it's still a bit disputed. I need information to clearly suggest why one will definitely not be an answer. Alright, so I'm gonna need that. Do you guys know what questions are here? Do you guys have information?
No, sir.
Okay, but these look like simple graphs, right? And then, this is probably. Oh, this is speaking about. Okay, I know what this is talking about. I'm gonna tell you which question this is because I saw this repeating on the paper before. I know what question that is.